Okay, joined today by Glenn Prunster in our Perth office. How are you, Glenn?
I'm good, Drew. How are you doing?
Very good, my friend. Wanted to talk to you today, if we could, still a moment in time, to talk about how to sell a metal fabrication business or a business of that sort of type. You've got a bit of experience there. What can you tell us about some of the challenges involved and what an owner should know if he's preparing to put a business like that to market?
So with a metal fabrication business, the key considerations will be the plant and equipment's going to have a large impact on the valuation, and therefore the quality of that plant and equipment is going to come into question. So that'll be one of the key things the buyers will be asking, exactly what kind of machinery they have. They have a drill press, how old is it? They have a mag bender, how old is that? What sort of maintenance has been done on the plant equipment? The other big factor will be the warehouse space and the total yard space. So for these types of business, access becomes quite critical for them. So they need to have good access to bring heavy haulage in and out to bring in the raw materials and take out the finished products.
What about staff? I've had experience in the past selling metal fabrication, whereas some of those businesses can be difficult to get staff in. If they've got a good number of qualified staff, it's obviously an advantage, and new people coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. So revenue will be heavily impacted by staff. So, for example, if you're a big welding type operator, you want to know how many welders are in place. For example, if you've only got 2 welders and one of them leaves, then that's going to have a significant risk to revenue. Staff is critical. So longevity of staff, and just ensuring they're happy where they are, and are they likely to leave in the event of a new buyer coming in.
And what about something like customer base? Have you found that some metal fabrication businesses may have like 1 or 2 large commercial customers, like a council or something like that? Is that something a buyer will look into?
Yeah, absolutely. So the most recent one I sold actually only had 1 customer, and that presented a significant risk to the business. The buyers actually bought the business more as an opportunity to expand their existing operations. If that hadn't been the case, it may have been more difficult to sell that particular business.
Okay. And how are you finding buyer demand overall for metal fabrication? Is that still an industry you think will be
very, very strong? So metal fabrication business can have quite a diverse range of customers, but one in particular is servicing the mining industry. So here over in WA, anything sort of mining facing right now has quite strong demand, because the expectation is there'll be ongoing demand as we transition into different types of mines, moving into the critical minerals and things like that. So we don't see a downturn in the mining demand here in WA in the near term.
What do you find also in regards to owner involvement? Have you found sometimes the owner gets a little too involved in those businesses and management's hard to come across?
Yeah, to be fair, it's pretty consistent message with most businesses. The owners really want to work to make themselves redundant as much as possible, because that'll attract the largest range of buyers, for potentially investor buyers, rather than people that have to have the same skill set the owner has to come in and step in to take the business. But what I've found is few owners are actually very good at doing that in the manufacturing space. A lot of them like to be hands-on. They like to, have a very tight control on the workshop, and that can be detrimental to the overall price achievable.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks, Glenn. I appreciate that little snapshot into how to sell a metal fabrication business today. I know you're busy. Really appreciate you having a chat with us. If anyone wants to talk to you about how to sell their metal fabrication business, I'm sure you're up for a chat. You can find Glenn's details on our website at morganbusinesssales.com. Thank you very much, Glenn. I really appreciate your time.
Absolute pleasure, Drew. Anytime. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.